Hello, Professor Bright here. Welcome back to the Sunless Skies, where I got to thinking, you know what? If we do an expedition now, and then return to New Winchester, pick up our ministry stamp, not ministry stamp permits, but the ministry approved literature? Question mark? Bring it back here, we might be able to get 2 expeditions in, which, you know, if I find decisions I wanted to explore, would be good for us. So let's go and expeditionize. We can't. Well, I should have planned for this. Should have checked this in advance, but I didn't. Somerset College has until recently funded expeditions into the forest. Those who return speak of voices on the wind, of murmurs in uninhabited groves. I mean, risk of losing them all. I could do that with 10 crew. So I could risk losing all of my crew. You know, I think if I recall correctly, I had like a thing that was supposed to be like a guide to how this game works. I just wanted to check one little detail if that kills me or not. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't have any evidence of that, so I might just have to presume that it does kill me. Oh, I could have sworn that there was like a little item you had to start off. They might have gotten rid of that on account of the whole being a fully released game and such. Fine. Wait, I'm sorry. One more time. Wait. Sorry, reading something again? Some other time. If you have begun preparations, you'll need to embark on an expedition to regain any crew who have been converted into crew in the wood. Oh. So in theory, I could just drop off stuff here and not really have to worry about it at all. Interesting. I'm going to consider this. Let me just look. I need 2 supplies minimum and 2 fuel and possibly all my crew. I mean, it's early enough in the game that I might just want to take that risk. But either way, we have places to go, things to do. And the one thing I do want to get done, at the very least right away, is explore this other path, actually. I kind of want to see what this horror is, but, well, I mean, that's a bad choice. Just because you want something doesn't mean it's a good choice to go after something. I want many things that are dangerous and will kill me, so yeah, maybe don't. Let's see what this path leads us down. And, in best case scenario, this will get me over to New Winchester. We drop off our stuff there, because I did buy a lot of tea. And, then we just head back. Like, right away. So far, so good, it looks like. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great, because we can just go right through there. Send out the owl. What you got for me? Successful expedition, you say, to some grave sites. Okay. Let's see what they are. It probably won't be anything my mining works on, but let's see what we got here. The Glazed Brook. The wreck gleams with frost, its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within, perhaps. But the thing is, I don't want to risk losing any of my crew, so, turn away. Ah, mistakes. You give the order and put the wreck behind you, the crew remain tense. Will that be their fate one unlucky day? Well, I mean, yes, eventually, but not today, is the point. And you know, I think it's definitely time that I buy that extended cargo bay. Just to make all these trips a lot easier. The Calenture. Now this has possibilities. Could save a tiny amount of resources. Stripper for repairs. Some of her plating's intact. Why not? Engineers don sky suits and retrieve the salvageable plating, using it to patch the worst of your locomotive's damage, which is not much, so it's all good. I mean, it saves me 9 sovereigns. It's not much, but guaranteed 9 versus the possible loss of crew, which would be expensive, so I call it a win. Not much of a win, admittedly, but a win nonetheless. Now, quickly, we must get back to New Winchester. Ooh, or perhaps through a different route? Maybe, but maybe not. We shall see. Remind me, you needed to go somewhere. Oh? I was under the impression we had already done this. But perhaps not. The Incautious Driver paces back and forth, clicking their tongues. It must have been the crash in the nature reserve. My father sent me there to take up a nice quiet job. Always did love botany. When they pulled me away from the wreckage, we have definitely read this before. Why is this giving me this update? I'm torn between the memory I have and what this is showing me. Regardless, I suppose. Always did love botany, but when they pulled me from the wreckage, I had new dreams to follow. I thought they were mine. Now, how can I be sure? A new resolve washes over their face when they turn back, eyes sharp and sparkling with a flicker of emerald. Either way, I know where I have to go. Old Tom's Well. Give me the wheel, Captain. I have an appointment to keep. Well, the well lies to the north and northeast of New Winchester. Okay, it's just repeating the same thing. Fair enough. So that well has to be somewhere up this way, then. Ah, I see. Because I thought originally that we would have to be in the nature reserve, but it's seeming like I need to be further northeast from there. Okay. Something to pursue later. It's not what I'm going to be doing today. Because, I mean, expedition, though. We have the opportunity to go into the dark, scary woods and possibly kill us all. It's going to be great. Yes, give me that bronze wood. Yes. Okay, now I have an excuse to go to Port Prosper later. But not right now. Actually, no, it's just souls and hours I have to care about. Okay. But soon, Port Prosper. Soon. Just not today. Another thing for me to say, but I can't say, so... Aw. Wait, the Fortunes of War? I don't know what that's about. No, I was trying to do the... Like that, oh, what is the name? The music from The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, I should specify. There are many versions of that movie. And a sequel that I think is also just called The Thing. And by sequel, I mean prequel. But, yeah, that's... something I need to specify nowadays. Harumph, I say. There's the Tackities. I'm curious what that little achievement pop-up was about, but... Well, I have some guesses, I suppose. I have some fairly good guesses. Think there might have been an update in the Winchester War. Think it might have gone to one side rather than the other. Now... Actually, you know, before we go to New Winchester proper... Yeah, our supply situation's pretty terrible, so let's go that way. Gotta remember, I spent 70 on the tea. So we're gonna see what's the prices. Oh, the company's retreat. New Winchester's in uproar. Crowds of boisterous Tackities stamp through the streets in their hobnail boots. In Kissagara's garden, there are burning piles of top hats. The Windward Company, whose fortunes have suffered recently, has abandoned the port. Oh, okay. Learn more. You piece together reports from several excited citizens. Ousted. They must have been preparing the evacuation for some time. Company house was emptied almost overnight. The Tacites have the upper hand in the Reach now, and the company has withdrawn much of its strength to fortify its holdings at Port Prosper. If you want to deal with the stovepipes, you'll need to seek them there. Okay, that's... okay. This change in the balance of power will affect encounters, discoveries, bargains, and prospects in the Reach. For example, the Tacites' redoubled spirit means you will encounter more homesteads while exploring. Oh, tell me about the skullduggery at Port Avon. Oh, this is just about rumors we've already done. Grist for the mill, etc., etc. Explore the city? How goes the war overall? The slow-burning war for the Reach forms the backdrop to daily life in New Winchester. As you say, read about the latest news. The fortunes of war. The New Gazette is proud to stand alongside Victory Hall in this hour of the Assembly's triumph. We were never in any doubt as to the ability of the brave Tacity troops to quell the riots and retain control over the capital. We look forward to a new era of peace in New Winchester, and caution the Assembly to be magnanimous in victory, lest they stoke the flames of new conflicts in the ashes of the defeated. Read about the current political situation in the New Gazette. Or search them for our name. Are they talking about me? Oh. Well, apparently I'm not considered worthy of comment. Harumph, I suppose that's fine. Who's in control again? With the repelling of the Windward Company forces at New Winchester, the Assembly has moved swiftly to consolidate its gains throughout the Reach. A region-wide sweep for London collaborators is ongoing. Port Prosper remains in company hands, however, and shows no signs of conceding. Curious. Well, regardless, to the Bazaar first. Fair enough. To Victoria Market, then. I have goods to sell. For a modest profit. Could be better, could be worse. I'm gonna buy, 5 supplies with that, thank you. And, I'm gonna go over to Arkham Engineering, yes? Yes. I have need for an additional cargo bay, please. Thank you. And if we could equip that right away, we'll be in a pretty good situation. I have to take that instead of the mining tool. That isn't ideal. Let's put some goods in the bank real quick. Bronzewood most certainly, because I need that for some quests. The verdant seeds, I mean... At this point, that amount of money probably won't make much of a difference, and I might find use for them in something else. What is it, 40? Yeah, it's not going to make enough of a difference for me to care. Yeah, especially not with what I plan on doing. So yeah, we're going to go to the bank, rather. Put those seeds there. I'm going to keep the pneumatic mining array. But I probably shouldn't. But I'm going to. Because what I plan on doing is taking out all this ministry-approved literature, for which I do need that actual, boost to my hold. Yep. Okay. Who do those souls belong to? Port Prosper. Okay. We're gonna undock, and just to satisfy my own curiosity, let's check that little company port. Just to see what's going on there. Yeah? Think that's reasonable. It's reasonable to be curious. Also, it does mean I'd have to go to Port Prosper to get the... Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up going to Port Prosper. Because I want to get that one, oh, what the devil is it? It's the thing I need. Ministry stamped permit. I need it. Oh, just more rumors, which I can't do anything with. Local headquarters of the Windward Company, London's proxy in the Reach. The Reach is home to an ongoing struggle between London, via its proxy, the Windward Company, and those settlers who want independence. Oh. The company's had a bad time of it lately and has been forced to abandon their head office in New Winchester. There's talk of turning the premises back into a tinning factory. Inquire as to the fate of the prudent secretary, and, you suppose, the general manager, although the latter was rather less useful than the former. Are the rumors true that they retreated to Port Prosper? Prosper lies to the east of New Winchester. Perhaps if the fortunes of the stovepipes improve and those of the Tacketies worsen, the company may be able to reclaim its old headquarters. For now, though, you'll need to do business with them at their smaller offices at Port Prosper on the margins of the Reach. Sad for them, but I can do that as part of a longer trip. Like, if I decide to go to Port Prosper, I can hit Palmer and Plenty's, get a port report, drop it off at Port Prosper, get my one favor with them, and then get our permit that way. I think that's a reasonable plan, and it's something I'm probably going to execute, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it next episode, but soon. Soon, within the next 4. Yes, good job, fellows. How's it going? Our port reports. There you are. Oh, good. I actually got 300 sovereigns now. I'm sorry, what are my other options? Savage Secret, which I could use, if I recall correctly. Tell me a few things. Otherworldly Artifact, I have a few of those. And what will this do for me? I'm admired now, and tolerated by the Windward Company. But I don't need to be admired by those folk. Truth be told... Okay. Very well. And now, with this out of the way, and maybe buy an extra thing of fuel, because I see I'm going to burn that in just a moment. But yeah. Extra fuel, maybe an extra supply. That one I'm more iffy on, but if I need 2 of them both for an expedition over there, 2 and 2, why not? I'm going to be making a ton of money in just a moment, so makes sense to spend it now. Or at the very least, it's reasonable to do it. Nope. Actually, probably would be easier if I got through the northern passage. The more northern passage. Nice and calm and an easy trip. We'll stop at Port Avon just to get a port report and then move along before they hate me. And then deeper into the Trader's Wood. And then next episode, we will debate and debate and debate and whine and complain and think. As is my wont. Oh, Tackety. I think I definitely want them in balance with, rather than dominant over, the Reach. Like having them in balance with the stovepipes, just for convenience's sake. Yep, going the wrong way. Well, technically could go around there, but going around this way, which is probably slower, but it's what I'm doing. A decision has been made. No time to change it. Well, plenty of time to change it, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. Yes. What do we got? Supplies for Bronzewood? Not bad. Pretty great idea at this point. Yeah, I'll do that. Fair trade. Yeah, okay. I am entirely exploiting you guys, but sure, it was a fair trade, guys. 175 sovereigns for 40 sovereigns? Yeah, I'll make that trade. Actually, I think it's even more. Because I can buy it for 175, but I think I can sell it for yet more. Whoop, nope, didn't want to do that. Did want to do that, though. Alright, Port Avon. Don't have any way to make them like me more, but I can just write my port report real quick and then just leave. Leaving! Yeah, it doesn't matter which way I go in this case. Okay. So we got two things to do. One, drop off for that literature, which I definitely have, right? Yep, I sure do. Okay. Then a little story. You're just gonna stay there, right? Good choice, man. Good choice. Then after we're done here, maybe I just loop. Well, we'll see. We'll see what our situation is, and we'll go from there. I'm thinking of just exploring this area, and then finishing up the story of the Incautious Driver. But again, we'll see what we decide. Does us no good to plan too far ahead, because we don't know what our condition will be. But a certain amount of planning is useful. Fantasizing about what we could do. Like, we are getting close to where I could afford a new locomotive. And I do want to see what that horror is down there. Is there any other path that leads us there? There's one down over here, but... Well, I think regardless, that would be a matter for another episode. Not today. Unlikely today, at the very least. Nope. Still going the right way. Just taking its time. Slowly but surely getting to the right place. Fuel situation could be better. Oh, what am I saying? We have 4 barrels of fuel, but we're about to spend 2 of them, so... yeah. Is fine, all is well. Somerset Camp? Hello, fellows. You have a bazaar, yes? Perfect. The Somerset students camped in the dark woods require fresh material for their continued studies, entertainment, and occasionally roughage. They've requested 5 consignments of ministry-approved literature. Sell it for 950? Oh. Oh. The classicists are delighted, but you can't please the theologians. Too fanciful, apparently. The medievalists cannot seem to come to a definitive conclusion. You're paid well all the same, and invited to go stargazing the Pale Wood. Got me some experience and a vision of the heavens, which I appreciate. Oh, man. Okay. That was pretty well worth it. Now, let me go ahead and, well, probably spend most of those echoes. Expeditions into the woods deep. Prepare for a large expedition. You'll bring every able body willing, and risk everyone's lives. This is a bad choice I'm making. A sizable contingent of your crew volunteers to follow you into the wood. Packs are hoisted onto shoulders, rations divided and sensibly stored in little tubs. We're with you, Captain, a stout signaler tells you. Yay. Okay. Somerset College, If you leave while you have crew embarked on the expedition, they will not be available until you complete that expedition. Well, that's upsetting. Prepare for an expedition to the Steward's Font. The Somerset scholars believe that the font will provide clues to the identity of the king in the region's grave. The Palewood. The scholars share, individually, what they know. Their transcriptions of the correspondence differ significantly, and they refuse to work together on a single translation. Still, it should be enough to get to the general area of the font. You gather your crew and make for the edge of the Whispering Wood. The scholars emerge from their tents to wave you off. I suspect that this little thing where they refuse to work together on a single translation, kind of a problem, I suspect. But here we are. Thunder shakes the trees. Storm's nearing, a signaler says, drawing up her hood. Should we be out in this, Captain? No, we shouldn't be, but I have a 100% chance of success that way, so press onward. Yes. Brandy is passed about in little flasks, until you have to remind people not to be rotten drunk in the middle of a thunderstorm. The going is quieter after that, but swifter. Eventually the storm passes. You emerge into a field of purple flowers, bright as new bruises. Captain, the stoker's voice is anxious. Can you hear them? Something whispers from beneath the petals. What do they know? Maybe you can learn. The scent of the flowers is sweet but sour, like that of rotten raspberries. The smell overpowers your nostrils as the voices overwhelm your ears, filling them with a constant babble. Your crew join you in the long grass, wandering through the cacophony of flowers. Petals open tiny mouths, they whisper directions, only half in a language you could speak. They tell you of groves and graves, the treacheries which happened, the defiance, the kingdom overthrown. Eventually, they even tell you the way to leave. Oh. Long shadows move through the silver trees ahead. There's a mournful howl. Someone sounds hungry. A stoker tries to joke. A low growling comes from behind you. The beasts have your scent. Draw them out, you won't run. You exhort your crew to stand their ground. Grotesque beasts, mockeries of earthly animals, emerge from the tree lines. Their pelts are ragged and mangled with exposed inner organs. Their tusks curve cruelly. It's impossible to avoid thoughts of disembowelment. Each stares as if famished. You do not give an inch. You sound the first barrage, then the second, then the third. The trees trap the smoke, your crew coughs and chokes, but the beast's blood flows freely. The beast's howls are discordants. You stop your ears and bring them down, one by miserable one. I can't help but notice that capital D in discordance. Curious, that. Enter the steward's font. Below the thundering white water, a cave is visible, just under the lip of the rock. A scythe of starlight. You scale down the wet rock face and into the cave. It's several moments before your eyes adjust to the light. The cavern is not natural. The walls are covered with bronze wood and studded with neverantine gemstones driven in too deep to remove. A distant starlight from the cave mouth reflects off the stones, filling the caves with radiance. Towards the back of the cave, you find a silver seal the size of a crown and a curved crescent blade. Correspondence is scored on the blade's battered metal. It's too large to move, but you record the sigils. Perhaps one of the scholars will be able to translate. You take the seal. Curious. Well, speak to the Vituperative Classicist. I have to choose who to have translate it. I mean, of the options, she's probably the best for this. Choose the classicist to help translate the sigils on the scythe from the steward's font. She looks at you impatiently. Well, what did you find? She snatches the paper from your hands. A moment later, she laughs. It's a gift, an office of some kind, ceremonial, no doubt. The kings of Sumeria gave out offices to their favorites, usually at religious observations, just as their office came from the Queen of Heaven and the rest. She pauses. She goes for pen and paper. By the time she's finished, she looks concerned. I've never heard of this particular office. Tamer of the King's Bower. There's also a reference to the giggling place and directions. I'll mark it on your map. Well, that's a little bit worrisome. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to talk to you about, or him. Oh boy, I'm slurring my words again. Didn't want to talk to her about him. There we are. I don't suppose I can... No. As it said, I only had the one option. And I think we made the right choice. Or at the very least, we got some more data. I could do this, but it is not a good idea, not a economical idea either. Let's go ahead and just switch out that for that. Go to the Parting Glade real quick, just write a report. There we are. And next episode, I think it's time to explore this little horror, see what it is, And perhaps we'll do just a little bit of a climb over here to Port Prosper, or perhaps not. Perhaps, well, the better idea would probably be a northward trip. Because I do need to go to New Winchester, grab my Bronzewood and Courser Nectar, and then go to Port Prosper, along with 3 souls. So, we'll see, and we'll debate, and we'll think, and we'll ponder on this matter of, well, what king lies in that barrow? I'm curious. Tamer of the King's Bower. I suspect one of the other 2 philosophers, or scientists, quote-unquote, would have been able to tell me more, but, well, no sense in regretting that decision. It's the decision that we made. Thank you all for your time. Note the like, comment, and subscribe buttons below. Use them responsibly, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.